Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Have You Heard? My name's Richard, and today we're looking back in my record collection and we have come across this one. It's the famous Kick Inside, Kate Bush's debut album, released in 1978, February 1978 in the UK. What we're doing today is actually even a little more interesting than that, I think, because while this is her debut album released in 1978, famously, if you know the Kate Bush history, um, she did her first recording session back in 1975, before she'd even turned 17. She was just 16. And this was the session that David Gilmour um, paid for. He was a friend of the family, and there's a lot more to it than just that, but I'm not going to bore you with all of that stuff. Um, but she went into Air Studios in London. She was still 16, and she recorded this song that we're going to listen to, the saxophone song, which then was called Berlin. And she recorded The Man with the Child in His Eyes, and we all know how beautiful that is. Um, of course, because she was young and because she still had exams and her parents were very level headed, uh, nothing really happened on her recording career until 2 years later. And then, of course, this album came out in early 1978. So let's have a listen to the saxophone song. It's really interesting in terms of obviously the time when it was done and the personnel involved, and we'll get to that a little bit later on. But let's just listen to the song first of all. I'll put the album back down again. And here we go. The saxophone song, Kate Bush.
You'll find me in a Berlin bar, in a corner brooding. You know that I go very quiet when I'm listening to you. There's something
Yeah. Now, who says Kate Bush isn't prog? I mean, the ending to that song is so proggy. And she was 16. Um, this is the recording she made in 1975. Nothing was done to this. Nothing was done to the man with the child in his eyes either. So those two recordings show up 2 years later on this debut album. Um, and wow, it's quite remarkable. Talk about a precocious talent. And I must recommend something to all Kate Bush fans. If you haven't got this book, it's called Under the Ivy: The Life and Music of Kate Bush, and it's written by Graham Thompson, who's a Scottish music journalist. He's also written a brilliant book on the early years of Simple Minds, which I've also got in my collection and is well worth a read if you're into them. But this book is wonderful. It's got everything you need to know from. It's a real biography from Kate's childhood all the way through to about 2014, 2015, something like that. So all her recording career. Um, and so there's all the info is in there. And quite a bit of the stuff that I have picked up about Kate comes from this book. And it's an amazing read because she's an amazing talent. But how can you I'm almost speechless when I try to talk about her. How can you imagine a young girl so talented and able to um, look after herself in a recording studio? I mean, obviously, the story goes that she was very nervous to begin with when she went into the studio. Um, the producer was Andrew Powell, but Jeff Emerick was there as well. Jeff Emerick, who did the Beatles, and now 6 years on, Jeff Emerick was the gold standard in engineers and producers, and he remembers vividly how well she coped with working with a whole bunch of seasoned session musicians. I mean, on the album, this is the thing, of course, being the two songs recorded 2 years earlier, they're very different personnel on the album to the regular band, the guys from Pilot who played on the first couple of albums. And that's Alan Skidmore on saxophone. And 1978, I mean, when this album came out, always feels like a saxophone year for me. Because this was the year, of course, that Jerry Rafferty brought out Baker Street and his wonderful album City to City, which I would love to play some tracks of on the channel. If anyone would like to hear that, please comment. But yeah, I'd been in South Africa 2.5 years, and I came over on a holiday to see my parents. I think they were hoping for me to say that I wanted to come back home, but I didn't. There was so much more I wanted to see and do over there. But on that holiday, Wuthering Heights had come out, and I bought this album, and of course the saxophone songs on it, and that free-form solo from Alan Skidmore is really lovely. And of course, Baker Street came out, and there's Raphael Ravenscroft doing the famous sax parts on Baker Street. So always felt like a sax year, and a resurgence in sax playing hit the pop and rock world, didn't it? Anyway, Kate Bush. This is our third Kate Bush recording. We have done, we did the director's cut version of Rubber Band Girl, and of course we did the title track for The Dreaming. And we've had a nice response to those. So if you haven't seen those and you're a Kate Bush fan, please pop back into the playlists and you'll see them and the 40 other songs that I've done so far. And I'm having a ball doing these videos, and it seems like a few more people are watching now, which is great. A few more subscribers. So if you like what you see, please press the thumbs up button. Perhaps subscribe. Then you'll get to hear everything first of all. And please, comments and feedback are absolutely welcomed, and I respond to them all. So, so there'll be more Kate Bush coming. She and Joni Mitchell are my two queens of rock, from either side of the Atlantic, and um, yeah, there'll be plenty more Kate Bush to come. But it was really interesting. I felt it was really nice just to dig back into her first recording sessions, and how that just was maintained and put straight on the first album 2 years later. So there we go. Thank you very much indeed. I hope you've enjoyed listening and watching, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode, which will come out tomorrow. So until then, bye everybody.